got nappy right there. Hair got nappy on the edges. I meant to show Mr. this because I wanted to show him how this work out. I just put 2 pigtails and then I braid them into 2 pigtails and roll the, well, I braid it halfway down and roll the last half. So that's easy. I can take both plaits out at the same time. Oh, look. Yes, ma'am. Look, y'all. So nice. Glisteny curls. And a finger comb. I think I'll do my edge, the thing I do on my edges where I put a little headband on. You can see I'm making age-related adjustments to the wearing of my rhinestones. Oh, Mr. made me so happy yesterday, or last weekend. We were talking about, I don't know if I saw somebody and I was like, she too old for that. And he was like, what? Like, too old for what? And I was like, bruh, it's some things that we are too old to be wearing. You get a certain age and it's too old to wear that shit. It don't seem like it. It seemed like you, because it hasn't been that long since we were young. And you remember, oh, well, ain't nothing wrong. You can wear that forever. You can do that forever. But there's some things you get too old to do. Like, even when I was playing with the flash tats, I was too old for that. I'm too old for this. But I make adjustments so that it can fit my age. But anyway, he was like, we're too old for what? He was just being supportive. He didn't know what I was talking about. You know, I think I was talking, might have been talking about wearing makeup or something. And I was like, it's some things you too old to wear after a certain age. And he said, name one. And I said, mini skirts. Because I recently had that discussion with my damn self. Because I always felt like, you know, you can't, if you got the body, do your thing, right? But if you over 40, you're too old for mini skirts. No, okay. You can wear skirts that are above your knee. That's your new mini skirt. Like, that's the highest your new mini skirt should go. Above the knee. You can do that. You got the legs, bitch. I don't. You do. Do it. But you can't wear no blatant mini skirts and micro skirts like these kids be doing. You can't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't come out here in these streets at the age of 50 and 60 in some leggings. And that's even if you do have a good body. I've officially reached the age that's too old for mini skirts and shit like that. The good news is that we can make adjustments. Just like I said, this right here that I was wearing all up over my face, right here, right here, right here. That right there is where it goes now. Because it's subtle, but if anybody should so choose to notice it, it's there. So, middle-aged bitches just want to be free. It just gotta be me. And having said that, if it's you to wear shit that you too old for, do that shit too. It don't matter what none of us say. If you're okay with it and you're comfortable with it and you're not thin-skinned, because we are gonna talk shit about your ass. Okay, as long as you're not thin-skinned and all that chatter don't matter to you, do that too. Do you. It's not hurting anybody. The only time I got something real to say in terms of fuck you and everything you stand for is if whatever that thing is that you do is harming other people or children, including if they're your children. And fuck you for that too, for being a shit-ass parent, a procreator instead of a parent. But, do what you want to do. But we too old for some of that shit now, girl. I'm gonna talk shit about you, even if I love you, you know, especially if I love you. I'm just trying to protect you. I don't want you to have to go through the mental turmoil. And again, if you that bitch don't give a damn, because I have a sister, is that chick, man. Her titties stay jumping out of her tops. Her titties stay out there. Have mercy. And she don't give no fuck. I warned her one time that somebody caught her mid-performance and her whole shit jumped out. So a picture got out and it went out on the internet. But that bitch was, you know, she tried to act bothered. She's like, oh, thank you so much for letting me know. But she didn't give no fucks. I ain't warned her again about another picture, and I never will again, because she don't care. She's okay with it. And so don't pretend to be not okay with it around me, bitch. I see you okay with it. Do your thing. Let your titties be your backup singers for all I care. Some big pretty titties. You know, I'm sure the public don't mind. Only time they really have a problem with it is if they either jealous or have children that'll be affected. That's where I step in and say, hey, it might be inappropriate. But hey, you don't give no fucks. Do it. I love you all the same. I still love her. See, when I be talking shit about people, it's in love. Unless they hurtful motherfuckers, then I'm not. It's not in love. It's not in love. I've been on this earth long enough to actually believe people when they show me who they are, unlike you bitches who are the first one to rattle off that quote. But you're not believing people when they show you who they are. So I'm gonna have to cut this off and then start my regular video and start my session. Okay. I brought this to pick it out, but I finger combed, and that's sufficient. So we're going to leave that right there. Because gradually, as I continue to speak, you and I know, if any of you have been here before, or for any length of time, you know my hair is going to revert right before your eyes. Should be my Grown Toast theme song, shouldn't it? So the last thing I was on was etiquette. It was right after etiquette. So again, I don't know a whole bunch about public communal seshing, because I've only ever done that with people that I love and that I've always loved and who have always loved me. So I don't know the general public etiquette. I'm guessing the whole puff puff pass and puff. I think I've heard something in terms of which direction you pass to. I think you're supposed to pass to the left. Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. Even though those boys swear that song wasn't about that, but okay. It's their song. If they say it wasn't about that, it wasn't about that. But pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side, though, is all I'm saying. The fuck was that? What was it about? It wasn't about the doobie. That was an accidental snap. Do a little parking. It's no big deal. It's not real. So I don't know what the etiquette is, but again, I presume you share it and pass it to the left. But my thing is, I don't want my mouth on something that I know has been on the mouth of someone that I don't know. And hell, half the people I do know, I don't want my mouth on there after them. I have been watching one of my canna ladies. Travels a lot, and she's deep in the industry, and so a lot of the foreign countries she visits in the name of cannabis, she uses a chillum, and the chillum is just like, say, it just looks like this but longer. And they tend to put it between these fingers. It's an Indian. It ain't just Indian. I've seen Africans, and it's ethnic. Put it between these fingers and cover this hand with this hand, and you inhale through your hand. So your hand ain't on nobody's hand but your own. But recently, that question made me discuss it with Mr. And Mr. was saying how people actually, when they're smoking together, I don't know, I guess I was thinking more of a bong or whatever, but I guess I've seen people's mouth go in the bong and out the bong. I've actually taken my mouth on my own personal shit when with people I love and put my mouth around it, and rather than in the thing, because I didn't know. And so my girl was like, what are you doing? Like, you wrapping your mouth all the way around it? I mean, it wasn't huge. It wasn't one of the huge ones. It was a smaller one. But yeah, I didn't know you still supposed to just put your lips up and then inhale through there, because I just don't want my mouth. But I guess if I put my mouth all around it, I was subjecting them to smoking after me then at that point, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't usually have that issue, but I guess if I'm going to enter into the cannabis industry as some level of sponsor representative at some point in my development, then I better figure that shit out, because that means I'm going to be smoking with a bunch of strangers, right? Do you grind first? Generally, yeah. You know, initially you do it because everyone does it. so that you just assume that's what you're supposed to do. And then as you develop, you learn that when you're doing that, you're breaking it up the bud to where you can more directly get an even burn and, you know, get the effects of the trikes you're looking to warm. So yeah, I do grind first, but I may or may not grind officially. I may use a grinder. I may just break it up with my fingertips. In most cases, let me keep it real, I grind up just enough to go into a series of little small doob tubes. Well, they're small doob tubes to me. I just make sure I have a variety in a few small doob tubes that the cap just pops off, but it's still airtight. And those aren't doob tubes. I know exactly what they are. I just did a video about that, about how your memory is affected. The irony of how your memory is really affected with meditation. The lies they tell us. By using truths, no less. Just like your favorite clergymen do. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, I just make sure I have a variety. Not make sure I have a variety. I said like I just got stuff for days, didn't I? But I'll take different types. I leave everything intact until it's ready to use. But since these are small, I do grind up enough to go into these because these are considered these are readily usable. Since there's so little, well not so little, since there's just a little in here, the ground is gonna be, and it's gonna be ground matter, then it'll stay fresh for as long as it takes to use it up. And then when I use up a particular type, when I use up any one particular type, I'll refill it. And that's when I'll grind it. I'll grind it when I'm ready to actually use it, or I'll use whatever's left. Basically, I only have this much ground at a time. What you don't want to do is grind it in bulk and store it already ground, because it'll lose everything. Its taste, texture, potency, it'll lose it. And it'll just be crusty dry leaf. It'll still get the job done though, so don't sleep. But if you want your best experience with the most flavor and substance and texture and potency, you want to use it soon after it's ground. And so that's why I use these little doob tube-esque situations. So I grind them, put them in here, and then I go, oh, what do I want? Oh, I want this. Oh, what do I want? Oh, do I want that? Do I want that? I usually do that. I want to do that before. I don't want to do that. I'll do that before bed. I got some shit to do, so I need to do that one. But they're already ground, so I don't have to take the time to grind them. And then when I run out, I want to empty one of these, then I refill it one by one, depending on what it is. Damn, that took so long to answer, but I guess that's what sessions are about. And hopefully it was helpful to your ass, right? Right. You're welcome. So I do grind first as an experienced meditator. Do I own any lava lamps? No, I did though. What do we do with that thing? I don't know. It ended up just being novelty. I just ended up putting it to the side or whatever because I never used it. And like when I'm doing an evening vlog like this, I'll just use a low light or candlelight. God dog it. I hate when I do that. I light it again. It's a big one, so it has the 3 wicks in it. So when I light that's what I got the tube for, to refill this bowl. So I don't have any lava lamps, and when I did get one, it was for the same reason. Nobody needs a lava lamp. Not one motherfucker needs a lava lamp. Everybody that got one, we just all wanted one. So I did have one. I don't know where it is, and even when I first got it, I used it like once for about an hour. Don't let these government incited bandwagons run you broke, child. Don't do it. But I'm gonna say grazing in the grass because I just stole that song in my mind for my theme, for the Our Grown Tokes theme song, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Would you ever pose for 420 girls? First and foremost, I don't qualify because I'm not remotely a girl. No, that's not first and foremost. That's secondly, I wouldn't qualify because I'm not remotely a girl. And first and foremost, no. I guess it's all no. The bottom line is no. But foremost, I wouldn't do it because grown. You know, I'm a grown-ass woman. And I'm in this game. And I'm not in this game to sell sex. Or to use sex to sell something that's beneficial for human life. I think if you need to use, well, not if you need to use sex, because a lot of people just can, because sex does sell. I'm not saying it's not productive, that it doesn't work. I won't use the word productive. But I won't say it doesn't work. It definitely, by all means, works. But if selling your ass in the name of cannabis is your shush, then me and you ain't fighting the same fight, boo-boo. That's all I'm saying. That ain't gonna happen right here. Do you burn incense? That's a double-sided question for me because yes, but no. Yes, but I don't like it. Let me tell you, I don't like incense because when I burn incense, I can smell the wood. It's like the wood aggravates some respiratory problem in me that's been laying dormant. But if I smell that burning wood, not like outside where people are you know, in their farms burning stacks of wood, that doesn't bother me. But this incense situation, I can smell the wood in there. So with that, we have found means of incense to burn without using wood. Why don't I show you? And also shout out to me for creating our own accessories with it, because this is what it came with. And there's a little slot for our tea candles there, for a tea candle. Y'all know me. I had to find a way to maneuver it into this. So I purchased this. This is all ash at the bottom because we have been using it. Well, when Mr's home, he uses it, and it doesn't bother me the way regular incense it does because there's no wood. There's ooh, this is what the incense bulb looks like, and it actually falls out of the spiral, like so. Oh, there, like a slinky. And so you're supposed to hang it on this hook right here. Oh, there, that hook right there. And it falls out into a ball. I could just show you that. Falls out into a ball, and you light the end, and it burns itself. And so I also found this tray. See, it didn't come together. I put this whole shit together. I also found this tray to catch the ashes. So we can just use this and burn that incense without me feeling like I'm going to have a respiratory attack. The whole big one. Actually, a couple of them. Spiral incense. Madagascar vanilla. Scent of the earth. Meditate. My smile is so ugly to me. We just talked about this. Something you're too old for. I'm too old for it to be that damn low. I just wanted it as decor, not to draw attention to my sexual. I'm not marketing my ass. It ain't happening. Does it help with PMS? It absolutely helps with PMS. I'm not a doctor, nor I'm no medical professional, nor am I a psychologist. So don't listen to me. But I'm here to say, yeah, it helps with PMS. If you are one of the majority of human bodies that respond to it. Oh, and since this is a grown talks, let me add to that I don't know how well it will help with your perimenopausal symptoms. And the reason why it will help everything on the list of symptoms for menopause except the hot flashes. Let me be clear. I have not experienced any strain that is helpful with hot flashes when inhaling. Now, when ingesting, you should be good. You should be good. And quite honestly, I think that's how I got conditioned to prefer ingestion over inhalation. That was my first steps toward preferring ingestion over inhalation. But the thing is, I like the whole habit of it. Even though I never smoked cigarettes, even though I was never a cigarette smoker, I have come to enjoy the habit of putting my lips to the equipment and inhaling, like I'm going to do right now. I noticed that when I had hot flashes, inhaling exasperated them. Only for a few minutes, but they only last for a few minutes anyway, right? But I suffered enough to just prefer ingestion. And I was able to do that because most of my hot flashes would come around the same time. I mean, I got sneaked sometimes. Sometimes I got sucker punched. But for the most part, the mornings were the worst. Waking up in the morning. If you took a shower before you went to bed, well, guess what? Now you need to either start taking them in the morning or the morning just gonna what it be. And for about a month, enough about that. But we grown, and I'm just here to tell you, since I'm answering a question about PMS, I know I got grown people here. And that's the whole beauty of my position in all of this, is that I'm here holding the hands of people who are new to these levels of meditations, who are late bloomers to this new means of meditation that you have never experienced because your whole life you've been convinced that it was something horrible. And now you're looking into reaping the benefits that have been here on this earth for you, girl, this whole time. And ironically, the people that you trusted most had you thinking that the tree of life was an apple tree in the Garden of Eden, and that some bitch named Eve convinced a nigga named Adam to eat an apple by a snake to make God mad. Okay, but this ain't what that's about. I'm a preacher's kid, though, for y'all. They're finna get mad at me. They're finna get mad at me for throwing shade at your beloved books. I'm sorry. It's disrespectful. I'm sorry. I'm not. I apologize. I'm not sorry. I apologize. Do you own blacklights? No. When I think of blacklights, I think of... I guess you have to be even older than me to think of party when you think blacklights. But when I think of blacklights, or I guess rave, they do it at raves now too, don't they? My older sisters, they party with blacklights and stuff. But when I think of blacklights, I think of somebody looking at hotel bedding to see what kind of grossness has been left. So, no, I don't own a blacklight. And haven't really had an interest in a blacklight as I did the lava lamp. Briefly. Ever so briefly. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Hopefully, I can be an unapologetically vocal advocate for the lives and well-being of humankind in terms of the canna community. I really want to do that. And it's now or never. I'm not getting any younger. But thinking that God has made it take this amount of time because I needed to be older for older people to actually listen to me. Even though I knew it then, it's a really hard, it gets complicated. It's called powdered butt syndrome, if you know what that is. But it gets really complicated. And even I experience it now that I am old. Even I experience it. Like when 20-year-old people call you hun and sweetheart. And especially if you're going to start respecting and appreciating it to benefit your life meditatively or in terms of, or clinically, and you're a grown-ass individual, you're going to catch a lot of frustration because you're going to be looking for other grown people to share the experience with, and all you're going to find is a bunch of kids that just want to get high. And that's going to be frustrating. Your intelligence is going to suffer for it. You're going to be starved for intelligent adult conversation. I'm talking about even in play. Even the way we let our hair down and play and be stupid and silly and childish is nothing like these kids do out here, and we are not here for it. You know, we're not here for it. If you're grown, you don't have time for that shit. And you don't want to create time for it. So, here I am, filling a void in the canna community. You're welcome. You know, I saw that, speaking of dumb shit that kids do, in whatever arena that is your lifestyle, I saw that damn 100 hits challenge go around, and of course, you know, I'm old. I was like, why? For why? Why? What a waste of all I saw was good times and memories going up in smoke. Good times and memories induced by all of that greatness that went up in smoke. Behind you want to keep up with a challenge. Oh, that's why I can't deal with mental juveniles. That's a lie. I can. I choose not to. That's why I don't. That's why I don't deal with them. Ugh. I bet kids that showed up for this sesh to be childish, to be Becky-ish, like Becky and Chad. Oh, it's so dank. You and dabbing on them. Like cultural appropriation gone oh so wrong. Oh so wrong. It's like raisins and potato salad and shit. No. Okay, so yeah, hopefully in 10 years I'll be making a statement, and I'll have people alongside real good people, balanced, intelligent people who are compassionate with great hearts. Hopefully I can work with those people. We can all move toward the same goal in introducing people to the opportunity to choose a healthier and more uplifting, morally balanced life in love. Someone asked about creating or maintaining confidence while meditating or feeling awkward. See, I always thought there was an irony with that, because it's good for anxiety, but we all know the paranoia symptoms. So a logically thinking person would be thinking, how can this be good for my anxiety if it induces paranoia? Them two don't go together. That doesn't seem like how this should work. And that's so valid. I think the trick is you have to hit some uncomfortable bumps in the road before you find your magic sleep number. I'm serious though. So you know, when you're starting, you already don't even know what to expect in general. So you're going to have to do it several times and then learn where you're, just like with drinking, except that drinking is deadly. But just like an addictive, and one of the tools that the system's using to keep you oppressed. But outside of all that, it's just like that. Like, you know, when you're grown, you find your tolerance. And you don't drink more than that. Grown people. But the thing, you know, humans tend to do the opposite of the grown thing with alcohol at all times. So you got alcoholics and you got people that are losing their inhibitions about being a good freaking courteous human being. So they get into brawls, they want to fight, they're aggressive, they're mean, antagonistic at every turn, you know. But then you have a select population of grown people who can go out and drink. One of which I was, and I could go out and I would actually order my own bottle, because I figure if you're gonna get 2 glasses of wine in the night, 2 glasses of champagne in the night, then you might as well buy yourself a bottle, because you're gonna reach upwards of $20, right? So I'd go to a bar and buy a bottle, so that they always pour from that bottle. I don't have to share. They're not pouring my drink out of the same bottle that they're pouring theirs. Now, it's a different story with liquor. So with cognac, when I was drinking cognac, I wasn't buying my own bottle at the bar. But I would have drinks purchased for me regularly anyways. No, I turn them all down. Don't matter. Scratch that. It don't even count. That population of grown people know what their limit is. They know to what point to drink, to enjoy their drink, and then be done. It's the same with meditation. You're going to eventually learn where your cap is. You might be one of those people where all you need is a couple of puffs anyway. And if not, you're gonna learn where your cap is, if you have one. Because I've always wanted to ask if people that do dabs all the time, do you guys, is flour no longer enough for you? Like, do you not reach the point you want to reach if you use flour after dabbing so much for so long? I always wondered, because there's a concentrate, right? So it seems like I always make the joke of everybody should want me to smoke with them, because I'm a flour girl. You know, I never did understand dabs. Like, why do if I'm fine with what I'm doing, why do I need to double it? Like, I don't need to, if a bowl gets me where I need to be, why do I need to dab? You know what I mean? I never understood that. I mean, I definitely want to experience. I want to try it. But I never understood that. All you're doing is raising the price of what you like to do. I don't want to call it a vice or a habit. I want to call it habit because it's not addictive. I don't want to call it vice because it's healthy. If it's already costly for me to get the flour that I do get, why do I want to double my bill? I'm talking financial responsibility from this angle. Like, why do I want to double the bill of something that I enjoy? If I like collecting rocks from the side of the road and it costs me $5 per rock, but there's another rock that is equally pretty, but it costs 7 times as much as the regular rock, why would I just change my rock preference to the most expensive one? Except unless the government has convinced everybody that the more expensive one is somehow the better one. But there's no difference. It still gets you high. It still gets you as happy, equally as happy. This $5 rock gets you equally as happy as this $105 rock. But people in certain positions really can steer your mind to where you bend over backwards to get this high in prices I'm referring to now. That doesn't make you any happier than the $5 rock did. And they look exactly the same. I mean, you still get the same visual reaction. Like, but yeah, you have to experience it several times. But what I encourage you to do is make sure you experience it around people you trust. It's mostly for your own comfort. Because if it's someone introducing you to that, if you pick your friends decently, halfway decently, people that are walking you through doing that, meditating the first time, they're not there to do anything wrong for you. You know, do anything wrong to you or let anything wrong happen to you. But for your own comfort, the times that you do experience that paranoia, that anxiety, that you may or may not ironically be trying to treat, then you want to be in the comfort of people that you know you love and that love you and that are going to make sure that you're taken care of in this state of mind. And you just need to have that security about you the first few times. Otherwise, you'll write it off as an experience you didn't enjoy. And you will never know the magnitude of benefits you can get from meditation. You'll automatically say, oh, I can't do it. I was so, it's not for me. And maybe it's not for you. But I would suggest doing it several times. Don't listen to these people. Don't worry about, well, if you have access and if you have the privilege of having choices, make your choices. But I wouldn't advise you to be so worried about what Sativa and Indica just yet. You have to know how you're going to be affected by it to begin with. Good or bad or great. So I just do it a few times. And then after you do it a few times, see how you feel. And even better is that if you notice that you still find yourself to be anxious, then you can be conscious of what strains to select. Because keep in mind, these kids just came up with these quadrillion, trillion strains. The meditation used to just be the meditation. You have decent, you have good shit, and you have, hey, I don't know the whole Reggie situation. I'm not that old. But I'm guessing Reggie was trash weed. And I've heard of the term dirt weed as well. These kids don't even have that to deal with. The worst thing they have to worry about is shake. And let me tell you, the shake is as good as the buds. Don't let them fool. Don't let the kids fool you. Ease into this. Pay attention. Learn from them. Don't send yourself into a panic behind all this new information. Okay? You're welcome. You have to figure out what it does to you first. So just dive in. Try it with people that you care about and that care about you. Try it. Have your experience. Talk it through the next day. Try it again. And the reason why I say that is because ultimately you're gonna need a balance when I think about anxiety, and consider the fact that paranoia is a known side effect of meditation. You want something that's gonna calm you down, that's gonna sit, even emotionally, you sit your ass down somewhere. And that's gonna be an indica. But at the same time, indica is heavy on the paranoia. Sativa is active and more of a lightheartedness. Heady is what they call it, where indica is a body. Sativa is for your head, whereas indica is more of a body high. So I would foresee for the indica that paranoia really slipping in there, but it's so heavy that you don't feel like doing anything about it, and that can just cause internal panic. So you're chill and you're looking around, everything's cool, but you're going inside, you're going crazy. You're like, oh my God, they know, oh my God, they know I'm high. And half of them do. But you got to remember, whenever you feel paranoia, like people know you're high, so you feel insecure because you've been taught it was such a bad thing. Consider this. When you're out and you feel like, oh, that person knows I'm high, consider the fact that the only way that they know that you're high is because they know what it's like to be high. So they can't judge you. They can't judge you. The first few times I was in public, in that condition, because like I told you, the eye drops work, so your eyes ain't gonna be red. But the first few times I was in public in that condition, it felt like people knew. That's what Mr. said to me. He said, if they know you are, it's because they know what it's like to be. And then I thought about it, and I would go out in public, and I would be laughing at people, and I'd be like, oh, he's so high, or she's so high. And we would laugh about it. But I couldn't do that before because I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what it was to be high. So now that I do, I can look at somebody and laugh and be like, oh, they're high. And so that made me realize he's right. Why are you paranoid about someone knowing that you're high when the only way that they can know is if they know what it's like to be high? So they can only have so much of a problem with it. Take that thought and keep it in your back pocket when you first start venturing out into public under the influence, because you're going to be paranoid. But yeah, eventually you'll find the perfect blend of the perfect strain for you. Don't stress yourself about those details just going in. You need to know, you need to experience it in the first place to know the difference. Your favorite way to ingest. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times, but half of y'all didn't hear it anyway. But it has become, as I've aged, it's become oil. Medicinal oil orally. Since we've grown, and this is a grown talk sesh, let me take you through the steps that I went through. I would originally told you smoking just because that's all I did. And if I had to choose between utensils, I would have said glass. And just like with a lot of things where change is uncomfortable, that's only because that's all I ever did. And really, even when I started ingesting orally, I still wanted to do the physical act. I've never been a cigarette smoker, but I can relate to want to do the physical motion of using the glass. although the ingestion was actually the perfect dosage and it's the perfect level. And also functionality with ease. I can function like nothing. It's almost like I can choose. When I ingest or concentrate orally, it's almost like I can choose how high to be. It's like if I want, it's almost like I can choose when it's time for it to hit me. It's like I can decide, do I want this to hit me like a sativa or Indica? It's like I can choose. So I can take a nap and not do much if I want to, or watch something on television or a video, or I can decide that I want to be completely productive in some shit I wanted to get done. Let me get it done while I'm in this zone. And so I really believe it is a cure-all. Literally. Emotionally, physically, and clinically. I think it is. I believe it is, as it professes to be. Yeah, I never thought of it like that, but it's like when I get the proper get my dosages together. Like that time you guys saw me test the dosage, and I almost went too high, but it ended up being perfect. Yeah, I prefer oral ingestion. The cons of oral ingestion is the wait. It doesn't kick in for an hour and a half, so you have to time. Well, you don't have to time anything because you can choose to be totally functional, but you have to know. You have to be aware. So I don't like the time lapse. Whereas with inhalation, you know that's immediate. You take your couple of puffs and you're good. I do like that it lasts longer. It lasts for hours, if not all day. Give or take the 2 hours it takes to kick in. Whereas inhalation only lasts, for me, I know that's different with different people. That should be a question. I'm gonna ask that of you guys at the end of this. No, how long does smoking hold you over? How long does inhalation hold you over? And the reason why I'm asking that is because after I used it for a while, it became different for me. And Mr. noted that, and I didn't like how that made me. It made me feel like he thought I was getting addicted or something. I would enjoy my meditation. And then eventually, you know, every hour or so. But eventually, like if we were watching a movie or something and I wanted to be meditated for the whole movie, I might, like every half hour, I would be ready for another dose. And so I guess he was like, you just did one, you know, like, what's that about? It seemed like you do something every half hour. And I guess in my mind, I thought I always did it that regularly. Because the person that we were with, okay, the person that we were with, and in fact, most people pack their bowls differently than me. I'm a snapper. And the reason why I'm a snapper is because, see, there are specific reasons for these things for me. The reason why I'm a snapper is because I felt like the person that we were with was wasteful. And Mr. didn't see it that way because Mr. saw it the same way they see it. And I feel like it was wasteful. I feel like they would make a big ass bowl more than they could do. And then I didn't have a problem with that because I would finish it. See, this how it is. This how arguments go when you have people that you love in your life. Okay, the person that we were with thinks like, and Mr. agree on this. So the person we were with makes these big old overgrown bowls, and their theory is that they want a fresh greens theory. They want fresh greens, they want to taste it, they want to, you know, enjoy the whole experience, right? But then when they get done, because they couldn't get done because it's so much, I'll finish what they didn't finish, and that'll be mine. But the thing is, see, the argument is, I know what you think I'm going to say. What you think I'm going to say is I didn't get green, so I was mad. I didn't have a problem with it. In fact, I liked it. I preferred. To me, it was clean. It was clean when I polished off the rest of it. Because to me, because they didn't finish, they got like the ash. It ain't even no white ash. It's blackness in there and still a couple little things of green. Just a couple. But, you know, they're done. And I feel like that's a waste. Ain't nobody got money for that. That's a way. That's still a perfectly good. As a matter of fact, a great big old hit in there still. And they're like, oh no, that's finished. Get you a fresh. And the whole thing is they want me to have a fresh green. They want me to have fresh greens. And that would be great and everything. But I'm perfectly satisfied with this stuff that's left over from what you didn't do when you knew you overpacked it in the first place, wasting money. So why would we waste money like that? So I was like, don't waste money, you know. Their theory is if you have more there, then get you a fresh one. They think it's disrespectful not to enjoy a fresh one. And I think it's disrespectful for you to waste it and waste money to boot. So that was our that's where we clash. Short story long. When I would inhale, my favorite tool was glass. As I got older, my favorite means is ingesting concentrates orally, because I can time it, you know. I got the 2 hours for it to start ramping up. It's fine. And it's just going to last for so long that it's worth me being impatient to wait on it the first 2 hours. Because I'm good at that point. The pros are there's no combustion, so I don't have to worry about my lungs one way or another. Even though there have been people to be prescribed cannabis for asthma, like specifically. Yeah, that's right. Not even edible. I'm talking about smoking it. But y'all can keep believing what these American pharmaco tell you, but I'm just saying. But yeah, combustion of anything and then inhaling it is, is problematic. Even minimally so, but problematic all the same. So I benefit from not having to do what I enjoy doing and actually physically inhaling. Obviously, added benefit is not having to continue to dose up, although that's not a problem either. Like I said, I actually enjoy the physical act of inhaling from the glass. But if you're out in public, you don't want to be huffing on a pipe. You don't want to be huffing and puffing and blowing down the houses of people who are still brainwashed. You know, you want to respect their beliefs and whatever. You want to respect their colonization, respect their brainwash. There's no smoke to offend anyone who's not about that life. That's the thing about us. We respect y'all. Y'all the ones that don't respect us. Yeah, I said it. I meant it too. So there's that. Oh, no smell, obviously. So y'all know something else I noticed? You know how much a divorce costs. It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. See how my hair blew up? At least it took an hour this time though, right? Yeah, but what I was saying was, yeah, I noticed that ingesting the concentrates orally, whether it's in edibles or in a capsule. I noticed it with edibles, but I was like, it might just be in my head. But once I tried it with capsules and it still did the same thing, I was like, I wonder if anybody else experienced that. So for those of you who ingest concentrates orally for it to kick in a couple hours, do you experience the back of your throat? Like I said, I never smoked cigarettes, but you know how cigarette smokers talk about that throat hit? I get a throat hit with the ingestibles, so that as far as the throat is concerned. Now, the lungs definitely are saved, and I feel the difference. It's a much fresher experience not having any kind of smoke in the lungs. But that throat hit, I still get that, even if I have an edible or if I have a capsule, an oral capsule with it, with a concentrate in it. Now, let me know if you experienced that also or not. Because that was always weird to me. And I'm not the only one. Other people have said that they experienced that as well. And I just find that to be weird. Sometimes if I ingested an oral concentrate like that, and then I can't remember, I'd be like, did I take anything? And I can't remember if I did or not. Wait a couple of hours. And if there's no throat hit, and this is assuming that it didn't work, which it always works. So you'll wait a couple of hours anyway to remember if you did or not. But I have one. Matter of fact, last week was the first time ever that I couldn't. I said I was going to start either doing a specific gesture or putting a stamp somewhere or a sticker or something whenever I've ingested and can't remember if I did or not. Because sometimes I'll ingest and I'll be like, okay, well, this will hit me later. But after about an hour, I'll be like, did I ever? I'd be like, I can't remember if I did. And then I'm scared to eat any more, because what if as soon as I eat that, the first one just starts to kick in, and then I feel like I'm gonna be over meditated. So again, the trials of tribulations of inhalation versus ingestion. What I was gonna tell you was, a couple of days ago, we were going to see his family, and so after we were there for a while, and I didn't feel anything, I couldn't remember if I used anything or not. So I took another dose, and I let him know. I always let him know, what we're dealing with, if it might be a different situation. I don't always let him know, but if the situation is different in any way, he needs to know what's going on. So I told him, I might have double dosed. He was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. He had taken a day off, so as long as he was there to babysit me, he was fine with it. So I was like, yeah, so if I start cutting up, You know what's good. You know what it is. But actually, it didn't do anything more than it does when I just have one dose, which I found very interesting because I was anticipating and in fact low-key looking forward to being more lit than I ever have, because I always been curious about what if you, because I never took that OD amount, you know, that put you out, you know, over. I've never been over a certain level that I know that I don't need to go over. I've never taken too much. And I've always been curious what that would be like, you know, but I don't want to be that chick that be like, oh, I'm dying, and knowing that it won't kill you. I don't want to be that. I don't even want to experience that, right? But I do want to go a little too far because I know it's not clinically dangerous to the body. Yeah, so I that day I took 2 and it was nothing. And so I had a theory prior to that experience where I told him, I was like, well, my theory is that because I can ingest a concentrate orally, and like I said, it's a more focused, more functional, more aware experience for me than inhalation, which is just, you know, you just lit. But it's medicinal. And so when I ingest orally and then inhale on top of that, I don't feel like that hit gets me as high. I feel like I stay controlled at the level where the orally ingested concentrate will keep me. I don't feel like I feel like that concentrate is going to keep me in check. Like, nope, you're not going to get to. No. You're good. You lit. And you can get some shit done. That's good enough. Don't be childish. That's what the oral ingestion, that's how the oral ingestion keeps me in check, in line. It's like, it don't let me do shit I'm too old to do. It'll be like, bitch, you grown, be grown. You're grown, be grown. I've actually ingested orally and been like, okay, well now I'm going to test that theory. So I smoked and smoked and smoked. Probably 3 times. So I was right to say I smoked and smoked and smoked. That was 3. But I still didn't get past a certain point. And so I told Mister, I said, you know what, I bet, you know how they use CBDs for clinical use only with as little as possible of the psychoactive THC. Well, they have certain companies that do CBD pen, and the purpose of the CBD pen is if you've ingested too much cannabis, you can do the CBD and it'll bring you down. It'll bring you back. It'll bring you down. So, and again, with the children using it, being prescribed it for epilepsy and you know, terminal conditions and so forth. You know, they use CBD because there's little. I'm not gonna say no because they lie. If it's all CBD, then to me, I think it's something missing in the components of the whole herb to be beneficial. I think it has to have some of both to be most beneficial. But anyway, at least they get something, right? Thank God they get something. So they give the children the CBDs and athletes now, I understand, so that there's no psycho effect. And if that's the case, then not only does it not have psycho effect, but it calms down any psycho effect that you have experienced. Then maybe when I ingest orally the concentrate and then I smoke after that, maybe that concentrate is in my system going looking at the smoke coming in going, no, you don't. No, you don't. So maybe the CBD in the concentrate that I ingest orally that keeps me functional and level-headed, maybe that keeps me from getting too high. It's just a theory, you know, because it's a concentrate. So even though there's more THC in there, there's also more CBD in it too. Even if the larger ratio is THC, it's still in a concentrate. In a small amount of concentrate is a lot more CBD than would be in a bowl, right? So I'm thinking that keeps me in check. So what I wanted to do the next time was take a double dose of the ingestible concentrate at the same time. Because I tried it one after the other and it didn't seem like there was an effect. So now I want to try 2 at the same time. And yeah, I will consider recording that experience for all of us to enjoy at a later date. So I might actually record that. I know when I'll record it. You know, and again, just like I said about the ingestible concentrates, I don't believe in 100% of anything. If you have a plant that's able to test at 100% of one versus the other, then your plant is not complete. I haven't even been recording. Well, I ain't finna inhale again just yet. Too bad, so sad. That's a good thing about it. You know, when you had enough. I had enough. If I do more right now, it'll be wasteful. Just wasteful. I'm not wasteful like that. Like, you don't have no respect. I did nothing burrow in my hair. Y'all know I went out and watered the grass today without pinning my hair up. Never do that. I don't care how briefly. I don't care how briefly you're out there. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, good. You know what? Good. It didn't get recorded. I was sitting up here making apologies for me eating this shit that I have no business eating. And the fact that I have corn dogs in the oven. On top of the drumstick and corn dogs. And in that order. Now I got room. I still don't need to right now, but I got room to do it, and it's not going to hurt anything. It's literally not going to hurt anything. And is in fact likely to help matters. Homophobes are just such bitches. Bitches. Excuse me. You know what? I'm not even going to start the rest of this right now because it is blah, 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 blah o'clock. And I call myself, I'm going to make some vegetable juice tonight. We're going to have vegetable juice tonight. And, oh man, that's kind of fucked up. So now I can't eat both corn dogs. Well, I can eat both corn dogs, but that's uncalled for. I just ate that drumstick, and then I'm going to have 2 corn dogs, and then going to eat dinner when I make it for Mister. That's not cool. Especially if I'm going to have tacos. I don't care that they turkey tacos. You going to have had lunch, or lunch, and then you're going to have a drumstick in between with some cheddar cheese, extra sharp cheddar cheese. Yeah, I did. I just took a bite out of the cheddar. I took a bite out of the cheese. Oh, my calorie count ain't shit today, I bet you. Oh boy, the distractions. This will be an interesting time to test this. I'm going to take a big old dose. I'm going to inhale, bigger than typical. And then I'm going to try to be productive. It usually doesn't work like that. If I'm going to be productive, I need to ingest orally. But I've been inhaling for this last Grown Talks video. That's usually not a productive. The only thing I'm productive doing when I inhale a whole lot is getting something to eat with the goal of eating it afterwards. I can cook my ass. I become a chef. I start weighing the possibilities of different flavors together and separate it and mix that with other stuff. And I map out everything, and whatever I cook becomes everything. I'm a fan of my own lit cooking. I'm still semi-domestically challenged when I'm not under the influence. Only semi. I'm still 100% better than I ever was when Mr. met me. But because of my interest in gardening, I learned how to cook better. And because of my development in canna culture and my appetite, I learned how to eat better. I learned how to use those gardening and palatabilities to my culinary benefit and pacify these munchies, these monster munchies that creep up on my ass sometimes. See, I'm supposed to be, I said I was going to be productive. I was going to take that dose and be productive. I got to turn this camera off. And then make the juice. See, I forgot all about it. I forgot all about food was preparing to get fucked up. That shaves a significant 30 minutes off, at least 30 minutes off of my mission to get a lot of shit done in the next 2 hours. And I want to shower before I work out tonight. I know it doesn't make sense, but... And I'm not even one of those gotta shower all the time people. I should be. I'd probably be healthier. My skin would be better. Matter of fact, if we want to keep it all the way grimy, I half the time I do now, but half the time after Mr. and I work out in the evening, I might not shower afterwards. I will go to bed with that sweat on me. and wake up and shower the next morning. I'd be tired. Especially if I'm incorporating my dosage for muscle recovery. That should actually encourage me to get in the shower, to tell you the truth, because you ain't had a shower until you had a hot, toasted shower. That's something I don't hear the community talk about. There is nothing like hitting a dose and getting in. But the thing is, you don't ever want to do it because you either get in the shower to do something, whether it's go somewhere, or get dressed and go somewhere, or go to bed, or you just got up in the morning. Like, so you don't want to do it then. There are all the reasons why you don't want to do it before you get in the shower, but the reality is, because Mr. will tell me in a minute, he was like, you wait till you get out of the shower to do that. Especially if we're on a time schedule, because I don't care how much power you have over your own mind. If you take a high enough dose and you get in that nice hot shower, and your shower head is half as nice as my shower head is that my husband bought me, have mercy, then it's gonna hold you hostage in there. You're not gonna be able to get out. Sometimes I've tried to do that tree hugging, conserving water shower where you take a 3 to 5 minute shower. I've tried that shit. I actually can take a 5-minute shower. But I don't care how much power I have over my mind. When I get in that shower, lit, and the water is perfectly hot, I'm not getting out of that bitch in 5 minutes. It's not gonna happen. That's like being held. I'm being held at gunpoint at that stage. Oh, it's making me want to get in the shower. And my problem with that is gonna be that I'm in that condition, so I'm not gonna be able to get in and out. I just said a big old list of shit that I wanted to get done in the next 2 hours. And if I get in the shower in this condition right now, an hour and a half will be down the drain already. So what did I think I was going to get done? Huh? What did I think? What juice? You going to make some vegetable juice? You going to make some veggie juice? And you took your hot ass and got in a nice warm, hot shower. And you think you're going to just hop right out of there? Your eyes going to close. Your head going to go back. And I don't know where time gonna go, but it's no longer gonna be yours. This is, you will no longer have no ownership of not nary a moment of your time. In my mind, think of so many different things. I've had so many dreams and like daydream dreams and clairvoyant visions and clear prophecies of things that were to come. Just so much relaxed clarity happening, and the steam seems to be freshening the air, which I don't know how that can happen in an enclosed bathroom, but I'm telling you what happens when I'm dosed and in the shower. But I definitely want to get in the shower because I think partially it's a lot of things. The weather's crazy, your president is ain't no telling what's in the air at this stage, to change the whole seasons, cause catastrophic response from Mother Nature. But my garden ain't the same this year. Let me go get this food before I get in the shower, and I can be telling y'all over that. Be right back. Mustard, girl. I'm doing real bad. You can tell. Y'all can tell. I don't have to tell y'all, I'm doing real bad this week. I'm on my eating, girl. Ooh, I don't think I turned the oven on. It's gonna be so hot in there, in the kitchen when I go back in there. Can you see smoke coming up? What was I talking about? Oh, productivity under the influence. These are hot though. They should be hot, but I mean... Okay, I'm not gonna have time to be making no videos.